Hello, everybody. It is your Professor Rocco, your boy, coming at you from inside a slideshow. Today's video will be, in today's class, will be what do you need to play 3rd edition for Age of Sigmar, that AOS there. Brought to you by your Professor Rocco, your boy. Let's start off with the basics. We need to find where all our rules are. So the core rules can be downloaded for free from the Warhammer community site. It also comes in the core book. Those are actually two separate things. Also, they can be found in the General's Handbook. So you can get the core rules for free from a lot of sources. Next, we're going to have the rules for your specific army in your army's battle tome. Currently, at the making of this video, none of the 3rd edition battle tomes dropped yet, so you're going to have to actually use the FAQ, the errata, the updates online. I will put the links to all this below. What that does is it modernizes your battle tome to be used in 3rd edition until all this stuff starts coming out. And I'm future-proofing this by saying, hey, for 3rd edition, once it comes out, get a 3rd edition battle tome for your army. It'll have all the updated rules. And the third thing you need here, if you're playing match play specifically, you need the most current version of the General's Handbook. At the time of this recording, we're playing in GUR. We've got a bunch of battle plans there. There's special rules for playing matched play. And again, those core rules are there for all your referencing needs. Next, how do you make a list? Because you need to know what the heck an army list is. Because some games are like, yeah, you buy the army list, you play it. Well, in Age of Sigmar, the model ranges and rules for how to make an army are so... Well, I don't want to say complex, but they're out there with all the new battalions and stuff from those core rules you read already. We have tools to help make your life easier. On the Warhammer community website, there you can see the you can actually see the web link right up here. Follow my mouse. I will post this in the description as well. Is the Warhammer Warhammer Community's War Scroll Builder. This was at one point in time a fan project that got taken in by Games Workshop. This is their free list building application that's actually a website. So what you use this for, you pick what your Grand Alliance is, you select your allegiance, like let's say I'm going to pick Order, Allegiance, Stormcast, Eternals, then you choose the grand strategy you want for your army, and then the different units you're going to use, and it breaks down by leaders, units, and it just gives you a dedicated breakdown. When you are done making your list, you click this little question mark here, and it'll bring up a summary of your list. And if you want to play 1,000 or 2,000 point game, whatever sized game you want, you click actually this number is a button. And it'll also give you the breakdown of points once you start adding stuff to it. Then you're like, man, I got all these rules. How the heck am I supposed to remember all these rules, Rocco? Well, dear viewer, we have this lovely other website called AOS Reminders. Brought to you by Davis E. Ford there. Again, I'm not affiliated with any of this. I just really like the stuff. And what you do is, again, there's a function to copy and paste your army list from War Scroll Builder onto here. Or you pick your faction, you manually put it in. It'll tell you play by play, point by point, part of the turn by part of the turn, when you do what. I mean, it won't give you like the optimized, oh yeah, to win the game, do this. But like, no, in your hero phase, it's your hero phase, cast your spell, take your battle tech, do your thing. It'll give you the actual order of stuff you need to do as you put it in there. Now you're going to be going to yourself, Rocco, what else do I need? Well, dear inquisitive viewer, you need dice to actually roll to go and check all of your stats, because everything in Age of Sigmar is a d6 dice system. We roll to hit, to wound. Sometimes we roll for random movements. To roll, you need the dice. Then we've got a measuring tape to actually measure the distances set out for you. And then gaming supplements. Now, gaming supplements in this sense are campaign books. Sometimes they're more narrative play focused. Sometimes they're a bit more match play focused. They'll get you extra rules for factions. that aren't included in your battle tomes, and sometimes they'll act as like an update or a hot fix, like you'd see in a video game, to update these different factions. The most latest being Kragnos, the Broken Realms Kragnos book. But wait, there's more. Where do I play? Well, assuming you have people to play with, or maybe you don't, you go to your local store. So that is again a nice little picture from the Warhammer community website there, so I'm not getting in trouble with stuff. So when you go into your friendly local gaming store, where you probably had the demo, where you learned how to play, realistically, there's probably a community there. Go check them out. They're gonna have terrain, tables, and you're supporting them by buying their stuff. They provide the space. It's a nice match made in heaven there. And then when you're feeling big for your britches, you go to events like I did, because that was a picture of me at the Atlantic City Open with my Cities of Sigmar forces after I had just killed an Archon in an OBR list, and it was right before I went and rolled up the army. Great times, highly recommend it. We've got tips and tricks on this channel to go and help you turn into a tournament player. And again, a lot of tournaments and events will have, at least in North America, will have the tables, the terrain all set up. Some places like Australia, for example, they have you bring pieces of terrain just because of how expensive the hobby can be. And just to make sure everything has good terrain, they made a culture around it. They took a negative and made it a positive, and it's a whole community building experience, which is really freaking cool. And then last but not least, you have your house. Have your own terrain, your own table, your own little battle mat you bought. Or you can be like me sometimes where I'm like, yeah, cool, I'm going to use this potted plant as a building. I've got these spare boxes. And you know what? You just let your imagination and your inner child take over for you. And you're just having a fun time. And sometimes, you know what? There's game systems from Games Workshop where even if it is AOS adjacent, there's solo player modes. Nothing stopping you from having two of your armies, so you controlling them, and you could like roll for random movements. Roll like, oh, what would this do? On a 1, 2, 3, they move closer. 4, 5, 6, they go farther. I don't know. Maybe you just want to play yourself straight up. Either way, your house is a very appropriate place to play. So, after we talk about playing in your house, because, I'm going to get magically lead in the comments, Rocco, you better talk about your minis! That's right, ladies and gentlemen, in order to play Age of Sigmar, you probably need some models to play the game. And I know people who play with empty bases, I know people who played with unpainted or unprimed models. Everyone hobbies in their own way. Some people just like playing the game as the game. Heck, some people even play on Tabletop Simulator, but this is why I'll never probably be affiliated with Games Workshop, because I said that sentence. Hey. But whatever game you end up playing, you need something to play it with. And these are some of my horrors of the deep kin. And thank you all for coming to class today. Like the slide says, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate everything we get. We've been getting some more students come to class lately due to our push to do 3.0 content. And you know what? We're just out here trying to make life better and easier for everybody and lower that bar of entry into this hobby by actually being able to explain what the heck it is you need to do. So, thank you for watching, and as I like to say at the end of all my videos, class dismissed.